Chapter 14, The Invisible Sacrifice. For years, Amelia Hart Sinclair had made sacrifices nobody saw. Not because she wanted recognition. Not because she expected praise. Simply because she loved Ethan. Love, after all, was not measured by grand gestures. It was measured by the quiet things. The things nobody noticed. The opportunities abandoned. The dreams postponed. The sleepless nights. The invisible sacrifices. And unfortunately, invisible sacrifices often become invisible people. 7 years earlier. 3 months before Ethan became CEO. Amelia sat inside a conference room overlooking the city skyline. Across from her sat 3 venture capital investors. The atmosphere was tense. Exciting. Full of possibility. For nearly 2 years, Amelia had secretly been developing a technology platform designed to revolutionize supply chain management. The concept was brilliant. The market potential enormous. The investors knew it. She knew it. Everyone in the room knew it. One investor leaned forward. "Miss Hart, this could become a billion-dollar company." Another nodded. "We're prepared to fund it." Amelia's heart raced. This was her dream, not Ethan's. Not Sinclair Corporation's. Hers? For the first time in years, she imagined building something entirely her own. Her own company. Her own success. Her own identity. Then her phone rang. "Ethan?" She apologized and stepped outside. The moment she answered, she knew something was wrong. "Ethan?" His voice sounded strained. Very strained. The board meeting was a disaster. Her heart sank. What happened? The acquisition failed. Amelia closed her eyes. "The stock is dropping." She listened quietly. And as Ethan continued speaking, she recognized something. Panic? The kind Ethan rarely showed anyone. "Except her? What do you need?" "I don't know." The answer broke her heart. Because Ethan always knew. Except when things became overwhelming. Then he turned to her. "Always?" Amelia looked through the glass wall of the conference room. The investors were waiting. Her future was waiting. Her dream was waiting. Then she looked out at the city. And made a choice. The same choice she always made. "Ethan? Yeah? I'm coming." The startup never launched. The investors moved on. The opportunity disappeared. And Amelia never told Ethan how close she had come. Not because she blamed him. Because she didn't. The decision had been hers. Entirely hers. Still. Sometimes she wondered what might have happened. What kind of company she could have built. What kind of woman she might have become. Then she would look at Ethan. And remind herself she had no regrets. At least that's what she told herself. Present day. Amelia sat in her office reviewing quarterly reports. The company was preparing for its largest international expansion yet. As usual, she was helping. As usual, nobody knew. A knock interrupted her thoughts. "Ethan?" He entered carrying coffee. Her favorite, you remembered. Of course. He placed the cup beside her. Then glanced at the reports. Immediately recognizing what she was doing. "Working again? So are you." "There." He smiled. Then his eyes landed on an old notebook sitting nearby. Curious, he picked it up. Amelia froze. "Ethan?" Too late. He had already opened it. Inside were business plans. Market analyses. Startup projections. Years of work. Years of ideas. Years of abandoned dreams. His smile faded. Slowly. "What is this?" Amelia looked away. "Nothing?" "Amelia." He flipped through more pages. The further he read, the quieter he became. Because these weren't random ideas. They were extraordinary. Some were better than companies currently worth billions. Others could have transformed entire industries, and every page carried dates. Old dates. Years old. His chest tightened. "You never told me." Amelia shrugged. "It wasn't important." The answer angered him. Not because of what she said. Because he knew it wasn't true. It had been important. Very important. To her, that evening, Ethan couldn't stop thinking about the notebook. The more he thought about it, the worse he felt. Because he suddenly saw things differently. All these years, people praised him for sacrifices, his workload, his responsibilities, his pressure. Yet Amelia had sacrificed just as much. Perhaps more. The difference was simple. People saw his sacrifices. Nobody saw hers. The following weekend, Ethan attended a family brunch at the Sinclair estate. Amelia stayed home. She claimed she had work. In reality, she needed a break from being judged. Not that anyone realized it. As conversation flowed around the table, Victoria proudly discussed Ethan's latest achievements. The expansion. The profits. The growth. Eventually, Richard spoke. Being CEO requires sacrifice. Ethan immediately thought of Amelia. Victoria nodded. Not everyone understands that. Again, Ethan thought of Amelia. Then Sophia added, at least Vanessa does. The comment was casual. Harmless. But something inside Ethan snapped. Amelia understands it too. The table fell silent. Sophia blinked. Victoria frowned. Ethan continued. Actually, she understands it better than anyone. The conviction in his voice surprised everyone. Including himself. Because for the first time in years, he realized how little credit Amelia received. Even from him. Especially from him. Meanwhile, across town, Amelia received an unexpected visitor. Vanessa. The secretary stood at the penthouse door holding documents. Sorry to bother you. It's fine. Amelia invited her inside. The interaction began professionally. Polite. Normal. Until Vanessa's gaze landed on the startup notebook sitting on the desk. Recognition flashed across her face. What's that? Amelia smiled faintly. An old dream. Vanessa walked closer. Curious. Then she saw the contents. The business plans. The projections? The strategies. Her eyes widened. Because she immediately understood what she was looking at. Not ideas. Potential? Massive potential. The kind capable of creating fortunes. The kind Amelia had abandoned. These are yours? Amelia nodded. Vanessa slowly turned another page. Then another. And another. The realization hit her harder with every chapter. This woman. This supposedly ordinary wife. This woman the Sinclair family underestimated. She wasn't just intelligent. She was exceptional. Possibly even more capable than Ethan. The discovery changed something inside Vanessa. Before, Amelia had been an obstacle. A wife. A barrier. Now she was something else. A threat. A very serious threat. Because if the truth about Amelia ever became public, the Sinclair family would see her differently. Ethan would rely on her even more. And Vanessa's growing influence would disappear overnight. For the first time, genuine jealousy appeared. Sharp? Unexpected. Dangerous. She smiled politely. But inside, her thoughts darkened. Very dark. That night, Vanessa sat alone in her apartment. The image of Amelia's notebook replayed endlessly in her mind. Years of brilliant ideas. Years of sacrifice. Years of hidden contributions. The truth was becoming clearer. Far clearer than anyone realized. And the truth terrified her. Because Amelia wasn't weak. She wasn't dependent. She wasn't fortunate. She wasn't living in Ethan's shadow. If anything, Ethan had been standing in hers all along. Vanessa stared out the window. Thinking. Planning. Calculating. Then slowly, a new idea formed. A much bigger idea. If she couldn't compete with Amelia's brilliance, then she would make sure nobody ever saw it. And unlike the small cracks she created before, this plan wouldn't target Amelia's reputation. It would target something far more dangerous. Her place in Ethan's heart.